I don't want to insult nobody because it's nothing to get. I mean, you don't need to be so. It's something you can change, but most things in the world are boring. Most entertainment things that I've been to got me completely bored. Restaurants are boring. Nightclubs, usually, after you do that a few times, are boring. Even the beach can get boring. And then you think, okay, so what's interesting? And then it took me a few years to understand that the opposite of not of boring is not interesting. It's not the opposite of it. The opposite of boring is playing or acting or action, which means the only way not to get bored or to become a boring person is to be active. Being active, for instance, like it's not watching TV. TV is not active. It's a passive activity. Eat is not active. It's you consume, okay? Making food is active. Swimming is active. Sitting at the beach looking at the ocean having a good time is great, but it will become boring if you won't be active. Active at the beach means swimming, fishing, playing ball, walking, running, diving, surfing, all kinds of activities. And I'm not talking about meditation. Meditation is like an active stopping. It's active concentrating mode. If you click this video and you think that you are boring or you have a boring part in your life that you fight or you need to change or you want to resolve, I'm the right place to connect with. I'm not a coach. I don't have coaching sessions or anything. I'm doing completely something else. But this YouTube channel is for you to watch every day and stop being boring. Because the problem is that the people are boring. After a while, if you don't act, or do or play, which is the opposite of boring, we said, if you don't do that, the boring becomes you. It's like the never-ending story, you know, when the nothing is like supposed to is ruling the world. It's like, or the Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. Okay, the darkness. The boring is much stronger than the active, which means it's much easier not to do anything. It's really easy to just do not act. Before you become boring, which was my biggest fear as a teenager, I looked around me and I thought, oh my God, I don't want to be like my parents. I don't want to be like the boss. There's nobody I wanted to be like, except, let's say, actors or musicians or those people that seems like they found an answer or they found a road, something that keeps them, somehow they kept young. You know, you see people on stage at 70, you see some, not even stage people, like lawyer, businessman, like Trump is 70 something. Like, he found something, like, he's not boring. I mean, boring people, those who watch it in the news. The least that you can do is to go into politics if that's what you want to do with your life. Or at least go play basketball. Just don't make watching basketball a thing. It can be a thing. Sports bars are everywhere. So I never understood how people can watch and watch and watch and negate and argue and love and all that. So what's the point in that? Go play. It's so boring. Sometimes good games when you see the masters of the champions of champions do some moves and you get inspired. But most people don't do anything with it. They don't do anything with it. They watch it, consume it, and die inside. They become boring. And if you feel like you're boring, it's never too late to change it. You know what? It's sometimes too late, but I realize that it's like getting off drugs. I used to work with drug addicts, and it seems like you can never change that situation. You're so deep in it. But the first thing you want to do is to come to the realization that boring is bad for you, because boring people are just boring, and their friends are boring, their activity that they pick are boring, and once it's like living in a grave. It's like living in a nothing. You go to work, you come back, there's a nothing, and then there's all kinds of thoughts come, and YouTube, and porn, and addictions, and drugs, and whatever, just because it's boring, and they became boring. They don't know, or they know, but they have nothing to do. So if you click this video, I don't know, maybe I'm boring too. I don't think so, because people told me I'm not. But around me, somehow, I tend to be involved with not boring things. It's actually, that's what I do for a living. Not boring people. So, good luck. Stay tuned. I'm actually preparing solutions for humankind. That's pretentious. For whomever wants to step out of boringness. It's coming along surprisingly good, and I start to see some first results of my efforts. So don't be boring. I'm telling you, it's the worst. Really, boring people, boring wife, boring family, boring friends, boring job, boring TV, boring whatever. Even the most active things can become boring if you're doing it with the boring people. So that's it.